What's up, everybody? It's Jace here in Film Fanatic Productions. Thank you all so much for coming to my channel today. So today, we're continuing our ongoing series where I watch every single Disney classic film, and this is a very special week because this week we're doing 5 in 1 week in the lead up to the Walt Disney Company's 100th anniversary next Monday, and it's Tuesday. This day is releasing right now, and then Monday we'll release the 6th one that we'll be doing in the week, which will be Cinderella. So, but this is episode 8, and today we're watching Make Mine Music. So, this is, where do I begin? This is actually a very interesting film in quite a few ways. This is the only Disney classic film, first of all 61 of them, that's actually not in Disney Plus, which is very interesting. So, this one, it was actually not, I don't believe it was ever in Disney Plus. And this one is basically kind of like an anthology film. Sort of in the way that looks like what I've read is sort of in the way of almost like Fantasia, kind of with how they use music to tell stories in such a way. This one is not as long. This one has fewer scenes and aspects to it. And before I started doing the series, I never heard Make My Music too. To be honest, I never heard of some of these smaller Patrick films in the late 40s. This one was released in 46. This one's very interesting. So this one I did find all the sequences in different parts on YouTube. So that's how we're going to be watching this today, since I can't find it anywhere else. It's not even available on Amazon. It says it's available on Amazon Prime. It's not even says I can't watch it in my area. So this one's a very hard one to find. This one actually, another fun fact about this film, this one was entered into the 1946 Cannes Film Festival. So the inaugural Cannes Film Festival. And it actually won Best Animation Design of the Year. So a little fun fact about this little known film, that it won at the first Cannes, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I never heard about it too. But it looks like that this one has a few new production designers, I should say. And obviously it's produced by Walt Disney himself. This is part of the sixth anthology film series in the late 40s that Walt Disney did to help raise some money for the studio. But yeah, this one has Nelson Eddy, Dina Shore, Benny Goodman, the Andrews sisters, Jerry Colonna, Sterling Holloway, Andy Russell, David Lynch, and quite a lot of people in this one too, because I believe it looks like every single sequence is a different singer, different piece of music, kind of like the way Fantasia is. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what ways it's similar, what ways it's different than Fantasia. But without getting too much into it today, let's get right into Make My Music, and I'll catch you guys at the end with my first reactions. Alright, so we just finished Make My Music, and I think overall it was an experience that I think was overall the best experience, just because right off the bat we had to, obviously it's on Disney Plus, and it had to be a little choppy. I had to find all the videos on YouTube and stuff like that, so that was a little bit kind of detracted from the experience, I think, in my eyes. But I think the quality of it, it's very much like Fantasia. There's not a whole lot different, to be honest. Only difference is that I think I could tell that it was quite lower quality, I gotta say. It wasn't the most engaging one to keep up with, and that's saying something. I was really surprised how unengaged it made me. I know that's a big statement to say, considering I love Disney. I genuinely do. But this one, I think it wasn't Disney's fault. It was animated very beautifully. I did see why I did win Best Animation Design at the Cannes Film Festival, the inaugural one in 1946. But I think the only sequence I think that I personally liked was the final one, the whale who wanted to sing the Met. That one was actually a pretty nice one. It had a pretty nice story. Let me think. Also, I did like the let me think. I did like the one about what's one thing about? Oh yeah, I did like the one about the fedoras. That was a kind of nice one, nice little that one actually had a little bit of Walt Disney himself, I think, was narrating actually beginning. That was a fun one, the fedora one. That was nice as well. I did enjoy. I think it was Pierre and the Wolf. That was actually an interesting one too. A little story about kind of little, almost like Fantasia, where like each character has their own little instrument. And this wasn't the obvious. The version I watched wasn't the original film. I think it was just a later DVD release. They actually got David Bowie actually was narrating that. So he actually kept me a little engaged too, and helped me literally visualize it just a bit better. For me, so that part I did like. But I mean, the other ones weren't actually terrible. They weren't. Some of them were just kind of basic, and their story and their quality. But their visuals were very striking too. The Blue Bayou one was one I think was visually the best one, I think, in my eyes, because that was just visually striking. The color palettes with blues and the animals and the birds, that too was the best one for me too. I did though learn that apparently that was originally sequenced supposed to be in Fantasia. And Leopold Stokowski actually conducted a version of the Clair de Lune that was supposed to play over that, and they decided in post production to not put it in Fantasia, and they there's a different song that plays it with the Ken Darby singers is one, and then Blue Bayou. But I think I read there is a version of it somewhere with the Clair de Lune. I wish that was the one they included. I think my eyes would have been a little more. Actually, maybe really more ethereal, because visually it was very striking as well. I really did enjoy the visual of that one to the color palettes. And I think visually, I think that's like I've been saying. Visually, I didn't really have a problem with it. It was visually well done, but visually, I think just some story wise, it was just some of them weren't fully developed too. And also, it just wasn't. I don't know. Also, I do think something that hurt it, and the reason why it may not be on Disney Plus is because some of these sequences have some contentious scenes and hotly debated ones, and like some depiction of gun violence. Some are more like kind of what we did when we did Three Caballeros yesterday. Kind of when we did the one that almost kind of were like the almost too much like lust, I guess the way I'll put it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I did enjoy a lot. There's a few parts I did enjoy, but overall, I think it didn't even get close to Fantasia, in my opinion, to be honest. But I mean, it was a fun film. But I do wish there was I could see the entire thing without having to look on YouTube. That's a big thing in my eyes too, is the experience of watching these. And the fact that I had to watch them all in different clips. Some of them, however, some of them were subtitled in Japanese, the Japanese DVD version. Some of them were subtitled in Spanish. So it kind of gets me a little angst whenever when their experience is just taken away like that. It just already puts you in a good mood watching it. And I guess that's all I'm gonna say about that, because it was a little disappointing, I gotta say. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. I mean, hey, it was fun. Some of them were fun, so it wasn't a total loss in my eyes, and that's all it's about too. But it's also interesting to see how every film Disney, they're not all Cinderellas, they're not all Snow Whites in their quality. And it's a learning process too. I mean, they're still at this point, Disney, we're still recuperating from all of the lost revenue, and even some of their animators, some of the workers that were drafted during World War II, limited staff too. So I understand that they can't perform at top quality all the time. So I mean, I do give Walt Disney props for at least putting effort into it, and at least giving audiences something new from Disney every year from 43, 44 onwards into for quite a long time, at least in our half decade. It was one every single year. So I do give props to him. He did a very good job with keeping things rolling at the studio too. But this is kind of a little plateau before we get to this film actually helped fund like Cinderella and finding the Peter Pan and some other things too, Alice in Wonderland. So it'll be very interesting to see how it'll all pay out, and when we rewatch some of them that I've seen before, it'll all pay out. But I think the next one we're gonna be watching tomorrow, Fun and Fancy Free. Okay, it's a little alliteration there. That one was released in 1947, so you guys can catch me watching that one tomorrow on Wednesday. And after that, we'll have Melody Time on Thursday. Then Ichabod, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. I know some of you guys in the comments did tell me not to forget about that one. I haven't forgot about Ichabod. We will watch that one on Friday. And then finally, Cinderella will be that Monday afterwards. And that one, hopefully, I'll also get some more guests on too, so we can have a group watch of Cinderella, the original one, because when some of my roommates, some of my friends, they come back from our fall break here at UNCSA School of the Arts. But then again, that's all we have for today's video. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for coming to the channel today. Hope you guys like, subscribe, leaving comments below. If you have any suggestions or videos I might watch. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. And always, remember, become a film fanatic.